Hey man, welcome back to the Super Divorce YouTube channel and or the Super Divorce Twitch channel for tonight's edition of Sega Mania Mania. Sega Mania Mania number 2. I didn't stutter when I said that. We're celebrating the short-lived but fantastic, I would say now legendary, Sega magazine, Sega Mania. And unfortunately came to an early end at issue number 7. And so what we're doing is we're keeping Sega Mania magazine alive by starting at issue number 1. And we're going to be playing every single game that was reviewed in Sega Mania magazine right here on this here channel. That's what we're doing on Sega Mania Mania. And of course, like I said, this is the second episode. Taking a look at Chase HQ on the old Sega Master System. And we're going to start off this episode the way that we're going to start just about every episode we do here on Sega Mania Mania. And that's with a reading of the official review from Sega Mania magazine. Let me just flip to it here. I've got my actual floppy copy. Hear that floppy copy? That is a floppy copy of Sega Mania magazine. So I'm going to flip open to it. You can follow along right on the screen. If you check right there in the middle of it, you shouldn't be able to miss it. It should be staring you right in the schnoz. I've got the review clipped out for you. And if you want to actually go to the digital copy of Sega Mania magazine and follow along in, like zoomed in stature, you can do that. There's a link in the description below where you can head on over to check out the full Sega Mania magazine number 1 that we're going to be reading from here today for this Chase HQ review. So, without further ado, let me read to you what Sega Mania magazine, and more particularly, what Tim Hugall had to say about Chase HQ. Actually, let me do something very British and get a sip of tea. I prepared myself a hot cup of tea. If you didn't know, Sega Mania magazine was based out of the United Kingdom. A little sip of tea to start the show. Chase HQ. Based on the classic arcade game, Chase HQ on the Master System is a neat little mission-based racer. The game starts with a wealth of customizable options, and then you're right into the action, having been given your mission. The premise is simple. Chase down the target car and damage it by ramming it before the time runs out. The game lends a lot from Outrun in its execution, where the clock is your real enemy. And you have low and high gears, a turbo button to help you, and that's about it. The game plays really smoothly, and is simple to control, but it's not an easy game. Getting to the target car in the time allotted, even with a near-perfect run and tactical use of turbos, is tricky. Obstacles include pedestrian cars, traffic bollards, rocks, and stones. Visually, the game is basic but pleasant and functional. The environment changes regularly to stop you getting bored, which is nice, but the music won't do the same, they say. Let me pause there, because a little point of trivia here. When I was looking up some information about Chase HQ, I saw that in 1989, this game actually won some awards for its soundtrack. So maybe at the time, people looked on it a bit more favorably. It didn't age as well as some other video game soundtracks, but, you know, you hear it in the background right now. I don't think it's awful. There was an actual, like, album release that they put out for this in 89 or 90. Very limited release of the soundtrack. If you have one of those, probably a nice little collector's item. Anyway, back to the review here. It's not annoying, they say, referencing the music, but not exactly catchy. Thankfully, you can switch it off. Tonight, when we play, we're going to be leaving it on, because I think that it adds a little bit more atmosphere, and I think it's kind of pleasant. That's just me. Back to the review. I definitely feel that Chase HQ is one of those must-have games for the Master System. It may not be the most complex of games, but it sure is fun, with a lot of replayability and a great sense of reward as your skills improve. And so that is the official review from Sega Mania Magazine issue number 1. The second game ever to be reviewed in Sega Mania Magazine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play this game for at least 1 hour. At least 1 hour's time, unless I happen to complete the game in its entirety before an hour is up. But I'm going to play for probably at least an hour, and then I'm going to give you my review, and we'll see how it stacks up to what was written by the fellows over at Sega Mania, or Mr. Hugall in particular. First of all, let me get rid of the review here. Put that down. All right. Oh, Jess is here. My wife has decided to stop by, and she says, I got no alert. Looks like no one else got any alerts either. That's what I'm telling myself, because I have 0 viewers right now. So I'm going to go with YouTube didn't send alerts out to anyone. That's what I'm going to go ahead and do. All right. Okay. So in this game, we've got ourselves playing, a console port of what was originally an arcade game from Taito, released in 1988. We're going to be playing as, let's turn that on. Mission. I'm going to turn the gear shifting to automatic transmission, because I'm a baby, and I've never driven a stick shift, maybe like once, and I don't really play big sim driving games. I'm a baby about it. I just want the car to do what it needs to do as I'm holding down the button to go. I don't want to have to worry about switching gears and all this kind of stuff. I'm just not doing it. Sorry. Anyway, we're going to be playing as Police Officer Tony Gibson of the Chase Special Investigation Department, with our partner Raymond Brody in our black Porsche 928. There we go. And I think we're good here. This was Japan's highest grossing arcade game of 1989, if you can believe it. And here's another little piece of trivia for you. If you ever seen King of Kong, you know, with Billy Mitchell and Steve Wiebe, great documentary if you've never seen it. But for those of you who have, you probably remember a guy named Brian Koo, kind of Billy Mitchell's little toady who ran around like, sort of, I don't know, kind of keeping tabs on what was going on with Steve Wiebe, trying to beat Billy Mitchell's score, all that kind of shit. Brian Koo holds the arcade world record for this game with 3,596,680 points. That's the high score in arcades for this here game that we're going to play. The MAME record is quite a bit more. That's 11,490,280 points from some guy named Robert Gray. I don't know Bobby. I don't know, but I guess he's all right. I don't think I'm probably gonna do that well tonight. Not really going for it. I just want to coast around and see what this game's all about. It did earn itself several sequels across home consoles and arcades, so it's probably okay. I never played this growing up, so this is going to be the most I've ever played it in my life. All right, this is Nancy at Chase HQ. We've got an emergency here. All right, what's the emergency? After him here. There's another one. Okay, we see his damage over there on the left side of the screen. Gotta take advantage of these turbos that I've got. Ah! Come on now. Shit. Gonna have to use it again. I wanted to save that, but alright, he's not getting too far away from us. Looks like one more hit. Can I get him before time runs out? Come on. Ah, shit. Had to use a continue. Man, I was one sliver away. Son of a bitch. Well, I guess I can just use this turbo then. Zip right on up there. If I don't spin out again. Come on now. Getting sloppy as shit. Man, he really, I guess he really took off, didn't he? Well, if you've, yep, I think we got him now. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Just so it was glitching super bad. But we're good now. Okay, that's good news. Stage 1 complete. So there I am, getting the bad guy. And on to the next thing. Let me see if I can figure out what's happening here this time. This is Nancy at Chase HQ. We've got an emergency here. What's up, Gabriel? Gabriel says, looking good. I mean, looking bad. Well, I mean, in this game, we want to be bad, man. Like, good bad. Because we're chasing down actual bad guys. So you got to be a bad dude to go get bad guys. You know what I mean? We've got an emergency here. What's the emergency? Carlos, the New York armed robber. The New York armed robber. As if there's just one. Boy, I bet the people of New York wish that were the case, don't they? Carlos has been spotted in a yellow sports car on the freeway. Over. Alright, let's go get Carlos. This doesn't look like New York to me. Does this look like New York to you? Alright, let's see if we can find Carlos and do our own personal brand of policing where we just, you know, we're not trying to make an arrest really. We're trying to crash the guy's car. That's the point. It's not to try to pull him over peacefully. We are out here on a mission to make this guy crash his car in a horrendous fashion. There he is. Ah! Come on now. Oh, alright, there's one. Let's get that turbo going. The roads are a little windier than they were on the first course, which is to be expected. That's a matter of course. You would expect the difficulty to increase a bit. I'm having trouble getting back up to his ass, and I was even using, there we go. Come on, One thing that's bullshit that I've noticed is the guy I'm chasing, whoever it is, whether it's Carlos or the guy last time, they don't seem to slow down when they hit the pedestrian vehicles. Doesn't seem to stop them too much. Or when they hit obstacles, which I've always hated. You know? If those shits are going to be in the middle of the road and they can give me a hard time, then I think they should give the computer player a hard time. If they're just haphazardly running into them, I think that's kind of bullshit. Here we come, Carlos. I mean, his car's on fire. Why is he still going faster than me? That's bullshit. And I gotta use up another one of my turbos just to try and get back up there to where he is. It's a difficult game. They weren't kidding. They said you're gonna have a tough time even if you play it perfectly and don't hit any obstacles. Well, shit. Gonna have to use up my last continue, that's it. Brutal. Brutal, brutal. Man, look at him. He thinks he's really something in his little yellow sports car. You know, if you're gonna do big crimes, you should drive something not so conspicuous. Something quick, but something that can fly under the radar a little bit. Not a yellow sports car. There we go. There's Carlos. Hands up. He doesn't look the way I thought he was going to look. He looks a little bit like Conan O'Brien. Gabriel says, "Sup guys, I wanted to free my mind a little because I have a test tomorrow." Oh, what kind of test are you taking? Hopefully not a driver's test. I don't know if this would be the game to watch. Might get too hyped up for it. Get out there, start trying to chase down Carlos, which you don't want to do during a driver's test, I don't think. We got Mr. Jorfus here. Hello, Mr. Jorfus. No, we want to do that still. And let's see. What is... This is Nancy. Hello, Nancy. Hello again. What do you got for me now? A gang of Chicago pushers are fleeing toward the suburbs. Uh-oh. Pushers heading out toward the burbs. Well, we got to stop that. The target vehicle is a German sports car of green color. Let's go get him. Yes, Jorphus, we are getting close to 16K. Thanks to your continued viewership, everyone out there. Thank you guys for continuing to move this channel onwards and upwards to greater heights than I had ever planned when I first started doing this. So, when I first started, but now that I've been doing it, I have grand plans. I don't call myself the Emperor of Uploads for nothing. I try to make that mean something. Believe me, I'm checking out the other channels doing similar things to what we do around here. I mean, I'm not bullshitting. No one else is doing what we're doing here at the Super Divorce YouTube channel. I haven't seen anyone else who is worthy of calling him or herself the Emperor of Uploads. I haven't seen it. Maybe they're out there, but I haven't seen them. Game over. Well, I can't quit now. You know why? Because the gimmick here is that I gotta play for an hour. Because I don't want to be like all those other bullshitty journalists today who call themselves journalists, games journalists, who play 5 minutes of a game and say, "That was too hard. There weren't any difficulty settings. I wanted to play on story mode. I wanted to play on baby mode where you can't die. It should be illegal to make games that are hard. I just wanted to see the story." Not here. We're going to play this, for better or worse, for an hour. And then I will give you my impression. I mean, I'll give you my impression as we go along, but my review will come at the end of that hour. My official review. Okay, let's see. We good? All right. Well, we can see who the first guy was now. Ralph, the Idaho slasher, is fleeing toward the suburbs. That seems like the guy you would put last. Like, we're chasing down a slasher. A real-life slasher villain. Well, real life in the game. Kind of fits in with the theme of many other games I play on this channel. Play a lot of horror games. So who knew? I didn't know that Chase HQ had elements of horror involved. Interesting. Mr. Jorphus is here with the joke of the night. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Well, that's an old classic. I think that's one that I knew anyway. I'm pretty sure that a few people out there knew that one as well. Carrot's here, late to the party again. Blaming YouTube. Well then, how is everyone else here, Carrot? Interesting how you're always the last one here, when no one else got notifications either. It's interesting. I'm just kidding. It's not Carrot's fault. It's YouTube's fault for sure. Make sure that you guys still have your notifications set to go off. Make sure that your gong is still bonged when you look at my channel, because sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes they'll even unsub you from channels that you like. So make sure that you are still subscribed, and make sure that your notifications are still set to go off for this channel here. Ah, fuck it. No. Well, damn it. I was trying to save up the turbo, and now I don't think I'll make it in time. That's going to use up a continue. Jorphus said, he was telling a classic joke to go with the classic games. Well, thank you. I like the commitment to the gimmick here. keeping it within the theme. That's good. We'll be doing these classic games for a while on our Sega Mania streams. Such a sad thing still that, you know, Sega Mania magazine is no more. And why don't I bum everyone out even more and bring up the fact that, you know, another sad piece of, I don't like to, well, a sad bit of news from the world of entertainment today was that Jason David Frank, the White Ranger, the Green Ranger, and also played the Red Ranger and the Black Ranger, amongst others, passed away, committed suicide. Don't know the details of the events leading up to it or anything, but that's a bummer. If you grew up in the 90s, man, when Tommy the Green Ranger burst on the scene on Power Rangers, I mean, that was the coolest shit. And then when he became the White Ranger, even cooler. Yeah, Carrot says YouTube seems to be screwing him over. You know, it's looks like he's still subbed. Still has notifications on. They're just not telling him when I go live. Mr. Jorfus wants to know if I played Bendy and the Dark Revival. Go look at the videos, Mr. Jorfus. You should see it right there. I played it the night that it came out. I set an alarm. I think I told this story. I feel like I did. Maybe. Or maybe I was just talking to someone else, not on a stream. I don't know. That was a bummer, though. I set my alarm because it was supposed to go live at 2 a.m. And I was like, alright, I'm going to wake up at 2 a.m. and I'm going to get on the ball and I'm going to try to be the first damn channel to get this game posted. And, damn. Lots of obstacles in this game. Anyway, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get after it here. And I did. First of all, though, I should have known there was going to be chicanery involved because it was supposed to go live at 2 a.m. I was waiting on Steam with a bunch of other people waiting for it to go up, and it didn't go live until after 3 a.m. So I was sitting there refreshing Steam for like an hour, like a jackass, and I did not get the time wrong, by the by. It's not like I just read the time wrong. They were late, rest assured. And yeah. So I started it up, started playing. I feel like there were a couple spots I got stuck in. I think my final playthrough time was like right at 7 hours. But still, I finished up pretty early in the morning. Got the video uploaded rather quickly for a 7-hour video because I have a nice internet connection here at my house. For that reason, so that when I upload videos, I don't have to wait a bunch, and so that I can beat other competition to the punch when we're all playing the same game, trying to get that first upload. You know, I got it uploaded quickly, and no one else had posted a full video yet, and I was like, hey, we might be looking good here. Well, guess what happened? My video got stuck in processing for basically the entire day. My playthrough of Bendy and the Dark Revival got stuck in processing for like something stupid. It was like, had to have been like 8 hours. And during that time, you know, I refresh and I see that, oh, there we go. Now someone else has posted theirs, it's gone up. Oh, now we got 2. Oh, now we got 3. And by the time mine went up, there were already, I think, 3 full playthroughs. Each of them, I think, were in the thousands of views. By the time mine went live, it was like, whatever. I think it's got like 300 views now. That pissed me off. Because when you pay top dollar for a big title that comes out, you know, you're kind of banking on the video doing well. It's like, yeah, I had a good time playing it and everything, but I can't just sit around and play games for leisure. Part of the reason I can do this is because I make money on the videos. As much as I love video games, if I were not making any money at all on YouTube, I would not be playing nearly as many of them, because it would not be something I could justify doing with my time. So when I sit down and I put 7 hours into a game that I purchased and paid premium prices for, Bendy was a premium price video game compared to many of the games I post here that are indie titles that, you know, I typically pay between $1 to $5 for. This guy's a real son of a bitch this time, isn't he? I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I guess I haven't been using my turbos as well. Oh well. But anyway, that sucked. The Bendy thing sucked. It was a fun game, cool game, but I will not make my investment back on that one, I fear. What's up, Ghoulie? We got Ghoulie down in the chat. For some reason, it didn't show up on my my OBS. See, I've got a chat window open in OBS, and then I've got one open on YouTube, and my OBS one is not showing me everything that I would like to see. I'd like to see all the people talking. I didn't see Ghoulie. And no, we're not doing bone broth tonight. We're doing tea. I've got tea tonight because I thought that tea would be nice because we're doing this. We're doing the Sega Mania streams to celebrate a UK-based magazine, and I like to keep things on theme and topical. So I said, how about some tea? How about a spot of tea while streaming this evening? So that's what I'm slurping here. I am having a lemon verbena. A lemon verbena green tea. I know that's not necessarily a classic British tea, but it's tea nonetheless, and it'll have to do. I didn't have any Earl Grey available, or any British breakfast tea. So this is what we've got here. I'm just looking at this. I want to say I like the the skyline, the cityscape. I really enjoy the colors. I think they've chosen a nice color palette in this game. And they do switch it up with the way that the track looks or the roadways that you're using. Kind of reminds me of Excite Bike a little bit. The various variations of colors and color schemes. It's kind of nice. I also think that the soundtrack is pleasant, and I totally disagree. I'll say that right off the bat. I totally disagree with the Sega Mania suggestion, you know, to turn the sound off when it comes to the music. I think you should definitely keep the music on. It's pleasant, and I think it keeps you kind of calmed. Allows your nerves to remain in the calm zone. Because if it were just the sound of the road, you know, and the siren, that might get a little too stressful. I could see getting stressed out over that. But Alright. Turbo time. I'm trying to stop this guy without using any continues. Just one more hit. There we go. We got him. We got the Idaho Slasher. So what's everyone been up to? Ghoulie, Carrot, Jorphus. What have you guys been doing? I know that Gabriel said he's got a test tomorrow of some sort. As we examine this classic Sega Master System game, what are you up to? Carrot doesn't think they needed the siren looping. Well, you know, you're a police officer. So I think they were trying to make it, you know, they were trying to make it accurate. Ghoulie's on Thanksgiving break. Jorphus is chilling. Carrot says nothing new in Carrotville. Let's go get the one-armed robber from New York City. Not one-armed, but the single, like the lone armed robber. Carlos. Ah, damn it. Well, you know what they say, no news is good news. With you guys, and you're not much happening. Anything good going on for Thanksgiving break over there? Any big Thanksgiving plans for anyone? Are you guys gonna imbibe of some turkey, some delectables? Enjoy a nice turkey dinner. Let's see if I can get up to this guy. Come on, if I can. There we go. We can slap him around a little bit. It's like the shit part is after you hit him, and he zips like right through all the traffic, all the obstacles, everything. None of it slows him down. But of course, not only do the obstacles slow me down, but I also get slowed down by the hit. When I hit him. When I hit him, it makes me lose my momentum. It doesn't make him lose shit. Which is a kind of unfair advantage, I think. If I have to dodge these shits all the time, then I think he should have to as well. Or at the very least, hitting him should give me a boost. That would have been like a... what would you call it? See? But that would have been a balancing tactic they could have implemented as developers. It's like, man, these guys really zip ahead, don't they? What can we do to balance that out? Well, what if a successful hit gave the player a little bit of a boost in addition to their turbo? Because look at all this time I'm having to make up. And sometimes, god damn it. See? Look at that. Now I don't think there's any way I'm going to get up there again. Just too much shit. There's too much shit in the road. And as soon as I get within eyesight, I'm going to slow down and have to use a continue. Followed by another turbo just to try to compete. There he is. Car on fire. Not slowing down a damn bit. Oh, but I do, don't I? Mm-mm. And then the problem with the turbo is you get moving so quickly. You have to let go, you know. You gotta let go of the gas around those corners. Ah, shit. See? You gotta let go around the corners, but then he just zooms up ahead of you. Because it seems like he doesn't have to slow down for shit at all. He just gets to go pedal to the metal, full tilt, non-stop. Come here, Carlos. Alright. Well, we've got 0 continues heading into the next stage, which is not good. Ghoulie is hosting Thanksgiving. You don't like hosting, huh? We're going to be hosting here at the Super Divorce house. We're hosting. I kind of like hosting a little bit. I don't know. I like making things nice and having people over, providing a comfortable space for people to enjoy themselves on the holiday. Not necessarily the preparation for it, because you've got to do like a deep clean, you know? You want it to be spotless. You want people to enjoy themselves, not be looking around and picking your home apart for all the shit you didn't clean, you know? So, that part's not necessarily as fun, but... Oh, Ghoulie has annoying grandparents who happen to be divorced that make it not fun. We'll just put them on opposite ends of the room. And can you do that? Or like in different rooms? Get different hangouts going in different rooms? Sometimes you can do that to kind of keep family members apart, the ones who don't really get along. I think that's a classic tactic. Oh, then they yell. Carrot's gonna get absolutely blasted on Thanksgiving. Well, maybe we'll do a Thanksgiving live stream and you can jump in the chat. Do some drunk chatting. Jess says you can throw cranberries at them when they get out of line. Then you can maybe, if they don't respond to cranberries, then maybe you can kick it up a notch and start throwing cranberry sauce at them. That's like if they're not behaving after the cranberries. It's like, alright, I was trying to use something that, you know, would kind of get your attention, that wouldn't leave any horrible stains. Just using the nice dry cranberries. Well, now we have graduated to cranberry sauce. I will be slinging cranberry sauce across the room, covering your Thanksgiving's best in sweet, succulent cranberry sauce that will not come out, that will stain immediately. That's it. That's a really tough one. I feel like I need to make it to that level without using up any continues if I want to have a chance of getting through that level. That's pretty rough. Stage 3 course map. Again. Oh boy. So then beyond the cranberry sauce, you throw the can. A full can. The unopened can of cranberry sauce. That's big time. That's your last resort. You don't want to move right to that one. And then Ghoulie says if that doesn't work, then you grab the shotgun. Yes. If you if you don't mind elevating things to murder, then I guess you can always go that route too. I would say that you want to save that for self-defense. If your family members are so crazy and out of line on Thanksgiving and things have escalated to the point where they're trying to murder you, then I'd say you can move past the cranberry sauce can and go and get your shotgun. If they're trying to murder you on Thanksgiving, then I would say then that might be something that you could do in good conscience. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope that no one here has to protect themselves from their grandparents, their crazed, murderous grandparents, with a shotgun on Thanksgiving. That's my Thanksgiving wish for all of you, is that you can avoid all of that. I hope that no one here has to even throw cranberries at their grandparents. I hope that you can all gather with your families without throwing anything, except love and adoration on one another. Throw that. And thankfulness and gratitude. Jess wants to know if I'll feature the turkey on the stream. I don't know. Because at that point, it will have been eaten. It won't be the nice, pristine, just cooked turkey anymore. It'll be sliced up and not aesthetic anymore. Maybe I'll take a picture of it that I can then put on the screen. I'll take a picture of what it looked like in its glory earlier in the day, and then maybe I can show that. Let's try again here. I find the green they used on the grass right here to be particularly pleasing to my eyes. What is that? Kind of like a mint green? Kind of reminds me of mint chocolate chip ice cream. Then you go over here, you got like your rocky road. Minus the yellow. You don't want to see yellow in your Rocky Road ice cream, I don't think. Unless they're colored marshmallows. You could have yellow marshmallows in your Rocky Road. How are we already down to so little time? What the hell? How did I have to use up a continue on the first stage before I even got to the fucking guy? Bunch of horse shit. Well, this one's pretty much garbage already. Maybe as I continue doing this, my brain will just get better at remembering the exact layout and patterns of the various courses that I have to go and maneuver around here. But look at that. I hit him, it pushes me off into the grass, and he gets like a little speed boost. I think that's probably the most bullshit aspect of this game. There we go. Maybe if I hit him on the side, that's a little better. See? That would have been perfect if I would have gotten up there without having to use a continue up. Ghoulie says the real crime at Thanksgiving's dinner is the dumb political conversations about the midterms. Yeah, you know, you want to... see, unless everyone feels the same way, unless you're amongst people you know, whatever it is, and I'm not here to judge your political opinion one way or the other. I'm just saying, generally speaking, if you're around like-minded people and you want to talk shit, fine, whatever. But if you're in a room with people who you know disagree with your political views or your religious views, chances are that you will be better off, you'll have a much better evening if you just skip those two topics in particular. That was something that I learned from my grandfather many, many years ago. Don't talk politics or religion with your friends or family. With a little caveat, unless you know that you agree with each other, unless it's kind of like a, one of those open things that you've acknowledged. And I'm not saying that people can't talk and have disagreements, but on holidays, no. I would say on like a drunken evening, if you're having a party or something, then and people are throwing down beer down the hatch one after another, ripping shots, and something comes up, I think that people should be able to talk about these hot button issues, disagree with one another, and then walk away still friends. That would be the best if people could do that. Not everyone's capable of that, unfortunately. But concerning holidays, probably not good. Probably other things that we can talk about on Christmas and Thanksgiving when the family gets together. You can always try steering the conversation in another direction instead of engaging. Because there's always the temptation to jump in there, especially if someone says some bullshit you don't want to hear. Then you want to respond, you want to get the rebuttal in, but if you want to save the gathering, then you can always try to kind of steer it in another direction. So, we'll see. Mr. Jorfa said Mint Farm. Oh yeah, on the first level there. We're driving through the Mint Farm. Everyone knows that's what mint farms look like. Nice rolling hills of mint green. Ghoulie points out that using a continue on the first stage in this is like dying on the first level of Pac-Man. That's a good... Yeah, or, this started out as an arcade game, of course. I mentioned that when the stream started, but a lot of the games like this, if they have like arcade origins, an early life lost is almost certain death. So, you bring up Pac-Man, same thing with Donkey Kong. If you go off-road early in a game like Pole Position, which is another old favorite of mine, one that I actually did play back in the day. This I never played when I was a kid. This is the first time that I've ever played this game, just tonight. But it was a very popular arcade game in Japan. It was 1989's top-grossing arcade game for the Japanese. So that was a good run there on stage 2. It's not too bad. Mr. Jorfus wants to know, what's everyone's favorite ice cream flavor? If you're not watching live, but you're watching after the fact, then please leave your favorite ice cream flavor in the comments below. And I would like to add something else. Not only your favorite ice cream flavor, what is your favorite ice cream color? Maybe it's not your favorite flavor to flav out of all the ice creams, but which ice cream do you think has the best look? If you were basing it purely on looks, which ice cream do you think should taste the best, but maybe it doesn't? Or maybe it tastes pretty good, but it's still not your favorite. Or maybe your favorite ice cream is the one that you think looks the best. Let me know in the comments below. Carrot says drunken political discourse is the only fun me and my family have on Thanksgiving. Well, if you can handle it without people flying off the handle, then I salute you. And I think that that's a great thing, because I actually do enjoy engaging in political, philosophical, and religious discussion. I think all that stuff's fun to talk about. And I think that speaking it and having your points of view challenged helps you as a person to understand your own beliefs better and to possibly change them over time if you're confronted with new information and you're like, well, shit, I never thought about that. That's how you should approach conversations. Not just in an effort to win, but to make sure that you have the truth on your side. Or rather, to be on the side of the truth. Well, shit. Look at us here. Not doing so well on this one. Ah. But if you know that the people you're with are mature enough, then that's cool, and that's a special thing. That's a good thing. It's a thing to celebrate. That's something to be grateful for. But many times we're dealing with people in our lives who will hear nothing but their own points of view echoed back to them, and if you're around people like that, it's best to keep the peace in a holiday setting, at least. That's what I think. Can we get up there, please? Jeez. Seems like my turbo's not even doing shit. Now I'm down to 0 continues. And I haven't even seen this fella yet. Probably because of things like that, where I'm really shitting the bed on this one. It feels like as soon as I get going, every time there's something in my way. And then I have to slow down to go around it. And this guy's just maintaining his distance. It's bullshit. Like a little cardboard box is gonna do shit to my Porsche. Is gonna slow me down. Well, there he is. Rejoice, Carrot. We got that siren going to let you know that we're hot on the trail here. But there I go. I hit him from behind, and now he's breaking off into the distance. Like a true bastard. Ah! Get back here. No turbos left. Yeah, just zoom on up there. There you go. That's fine. Your car's on fire, but... God damn it. Look at that! Look how quickly he, like, disappears over the fucking horizon. See? He goes right through the shit. Drives right over top of the cardboard boxes, goes right through the shrubbery, phases right through other cars. I needed like 2 more hits. If I wouldn't have blown that continue early in the stage, or on the first level, that might have turned into something there. I might have made it to the 4th map, or stage. Let me check here. We've got some updates on everyone's favorite ice creams in the chat. Ghoulie loves cookie dough. Jorphus is a fan of strawberry color. Hold on. Mine is strawberry color. So maybe think strawberry is the best looking one, but chocolate is the best flavor-wise. Carrot says, I like the color of that Superman slop, but hates the taste. Yeah, Superman, it looks better than it tastes. I agree with you. It's not the best flavor. Jorphus says Neapolitan. Carrot wants to know if anyone here was a fan of Speed Racer growing up. I guess I should answer my own question first, shouldn't I? What's my favorite flavor of ice cream to flave? Probably over the years. Let's see. Man, I don't know. It's like a tie between cookie dough and peanut butter chocolate. But man, I really like peach ice cream too. And I really love strawberry. Oh, fuck. Which one's my favorite? If I could only have one. Hey, there's an asteroid coming. You got time for one cone. And I'm standing in line at UDF. And they're like, what can we get you? It's gonna hit soon. What kind of cone can I get for you before this asteroid? Man. I'm surprising myself. I want to say peach. Oh, damn it. Come on, go. I want to say peach. I wouldn't have thought it. It wasn't even the first thing I said. It wasn't the second. Is that a weird thing? Can your, but does that even mean it's my favorite? I wonder if I've discovered a new sort of preference scenario. Where maybe your last meal or your last bite of a particular snack that's got different flavors, maybe it's not always going to be your kind of go-to, but if you're only going to have it one more time, it would be that thing. Because I don't always want to eat peach ice cream, but in the summertime, on a perfect summer day, like closing the day out, a nice warm evening with a peach ice cream cone. Man, that's something else. But then when I think of just regular old, what am I going to have when I eat my dessert after my dinner and my maybe I'm going to go crazy and have some popcorn and then some ice cream afterwards. That is a scenario where I don't feel like I want peach. I feel like I would go with either the cookie dough or the peanut butter chocolate. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this. But maybe I can answer what I think is the most visually appealing or pleasing flavor to look at. And I would say that might be mint chocolate chip. I love the color of the traditional mint chocolate chip. You know, not the Breyers, you know, because their mint chocolate chip it just looks like vanilla. It's good, but it doesn't have the classic mint chocolate chip coloring to it. All right, let me try and get this son of a bitch here. See if I can make it out of this level with my continues intact. If I can get up to him. If he would stop. Man, they are really just boosting his balls here. And I'm using up turbo after turbo after turbo after turbo after turbo to try and remain competitive. Trying to blast his ass from the side. Come on now. I got a couple more. Get up there. Shit. See, if that's such absolute shit. Ah, man. What a stupid-ass time to have to use a continue when I only had like 3 more hits to get on him. That really chaps my ass. What a piece of shit. Look at this guy. Look, oh, there we go. That's all I needed. That was it. Man. Ugh. Jorfus clarifies on the ice cream, says his favorite flavor is strawberry and the color of ice cream is chocolate. Oh, that's surprising. Just doesn't seem very extravagant. But, okay. Ghoulie says, my mom loves peach ice cream. She has good taste in ice cream then. And apparently Carrot does not, because Carrot thinks that peach ice cream is blasphemy. Well, I think that that's a blasphemous blasphemy claim that you've made there. So, put that in your cone and lick it. Mr. Jorfa says, I didn't know that there was a peach-flavored ice cream. Yes, if you can track some down, try the UDF peach. Usually bring it out in springtime for spring and summer. The best peach ice cream that I ever had was at a little place called the Ice Cream Trolley in Miamisburg, Ohio, back when I was a kid. And I used to love that shit. Sadly, they no longer do the ice cream trolley there, and I will never taste that taste again in my life. So, that's fun. Ghoulie says, where I'm from, peaches is about all we got, along with peanuts, in only 2 major cities. Where are you? I don't know who's famous for peaches and peanuts. Georgia? You down in Georgia? I think they do peaches in Georgia, right? Carrot says, I live in some weird purgatory zone between the middle of nowhere and a major U.S. city, so I have both everything and nothing at the same time. Carrots thankfully doesn't live in Ohio. Ohio's a nice place. I think Ohio gets a lot of shit. But I will say this. I've been everywhere, man. I've been a lot of places. You know? I don't think that I would rather like be anywhere for the fall time other than Ohio. Maybe Massachusetts. Maybe if I, lived out near Walden Pond in Massachusetts, because Massachusetts during the fall time is fucking amazing as well. But something about Ohio, usually like throughout October, I mean this past October was a perfect example. Fuck, I'm shitting the bed on this one. Boy oh boy, this is bad. This past October was fantastic. I mean, it was like crisp weather, blue skies. Like, almost, I mean, it seemed like it had to have been the overwhelming majority of the month. I'd be shocked if it wasn't 20 days out of October that it was like completely blue skies with either, being in the, it wasn't really like super cold until, well, it wasn't super cold at all. It didn't get like frigid, but it wasn't like crisp fall weather until kind of the end of the month. The rest of it felt almost like early springtime-ish during the day, and then it got a little chilly at night. You put your hoodie on. I mean, that is just, it's great. And it looks beautiful. People want to rag on Ohio a lot, but I like it here. I think it's a nice state to live in. It's always been good to me. Boy, look at this. I'm going to use up 2 continues. I don't know what's happened. The wheels are really falling off on this attempt. I should have let that run out, to be honest. That probably would have been better. And Ghoulie is in the Peach State. Down there in Georgia. Georgia makes me think of Slim Calhoun. Slim Cutta Calhoun. Kind of obscure rapper from the early 2000s. He had a song about the Peach State. I think he was friends with Outkast. What was the name of that song? Might have been called Cheesesteaks. I don't know. It's from his album The Skinny. That was the name of the album. I should just let this go. I don't even know why I'm going after him. I'm not gonna... I mean, it's just, it's absurd. It's absurd how quickly he just zippity-doo-dahs right on up. And then I'm left, dick in hand, by the side of the road. His car's on fire. And he's still just blowing me off the line, just time after time. And once again, that close. Any state's better than NYC. Yeah, I don't like New York very much. I don't like New York City. Especially after, like, Jess and I went to, oh no, I didn't want to do that. I think I've got it on auto, or manual now. I don't even know how to do this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the difference is here between what I was doing with the automatic. Seems like I changed gears, but I don't know what I did. Oh, God. Just hitting one after the other. Jess and I visited New York City back in 2006, I think it was. And we stayed at a really, really awful hotel one night, just so we'd have money to stay at, or not one night, I think 3 nights. We stayed at a really shitty, almost hostel type place, where there was like one bathroom on the floor, and you had to share it with all the other tenants. It's probably a bunch of people, probably drug dealers and prostitutes. Get up there. But we stayed in a place like that the majority of the trip, so we'd have enough money to stay in a nice hotel for one evening. And I mean, that was nice. We stayed in a place that had like tennis courts and multiple weight rooms, and they had the pool up on the roof, enclosed by a big just a picturesque view of the city. I mean, that was neat and everything, but the city itself, walking around, everything's super expensive. It's congested. The people are not friendly. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. Went back there with my band, the Great American Beast, and we played in Brooklyn. And, I mean, that was a fun show. And we stayed there, I think, a couple days, because one of the guys in our band knew a girl who lived there, and we stayed at her apartment. Everyone just, sleeping on the floor. As you do when you're a touring band and you know someone in a city where you know you're gonna be, and you're either sleeping in the van or you're sleeping on someone's floor. That's the way of the road. Anyway, New York City, yeah, take it or leave it. Really like Boston though. I think Boston's a good city. Had a much friendlier, much livelier feel. And I know, like, people do this whole thing about the mass holes, you know. That's what they call people from Massachusetts, mass holes. Just because they're maybe a little more on the ball and with it, you know. When you go to restaurants, when you go to order things at, say, a bakery, maybe you want to go and get some cannoli at a nice bakery, and the line's out the door. They just expect you to be on top of it. They expect you to have your shit in order when you walk up to the counter and to know what you want. And it's the same way in New York. I mean, that's like an East Coast vibe, I suppose, as opposed to here in the Midwest, where every job that I've ever worked in food, it's like people go out of their way not to look at the menu until they walk up to the counter. What can I get for you? I think I'll have one of the and they do that whole thing. Like they've never been to McDonald's before, and they've never seen the McDonald's menu, and they're not going to even begin contemplating it until they walk up and you are taking their order. Now, if you do that shit on the East Coast, they just look behind you and say, "Next." And the next person will walk up. And I kind of appreciate that, because it's like, all right, you know, get with it. We don't have all day here. Yeah, well, at least we didn't stay in the movie Hostel. I am appreciative of that. That wouldn't have been good. But we did have a reverse peephole. Jess brought that up. At that shitty hotel we stayed at. We found that out when we got in our room, which was big enough to open the door. Like, you open the door and the bed was like brushing against the door when you open it. So if you can imagine, if I can give you a mental picture of this room, it's like, imagine a room with as much floor space as fits the mattress of the bed you're sleeping on. That's it. Like, imagine, basically like a closet. Imagine you took a closet, or you took a mattress, and you smashed it into a closet and, you know, laid it flat so that it covered the entire floor. All the closet space, all the closet floor space is just covered with a mattress. Now you extend, you know, some space on one side of the mattress. Uh-oh. Just so there's enough room to walk. That was this room. You have a small walkway on one side of the bed, and that's it. So it was about the worst hotel room you could possibly imagine. Again, with a reverse peephole, so people could look into your room, which we covered up, I believe. Alright, can I make it up to this guy without using a churbo? I don't know. Damn it, I feel like I should have been able to. Got ourselves a little more time there, but... come on. Come on. Alright, he's gonna make us use it. Got him again. If we could just get next to him and keep him in that... Ah, fuck. Well. Damn it. I swear, if he didn't get a speed boost every time, it'd be a different story. But I think at least I'll be able to... I think I'll be able to get him this time. Because I really suck if I can't, with all my boosts here, and another continue, if I can't hit him a couple times. I don't even deserve to have a YouTube channel. Alright, there's one. We got you now. We're going after it. Come on. This is it. Nope, 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 nope. Alright. Is that the first time I got him? I think it is. Mr. Jorfus has just written some strange... Well, I don't know what that is. Is that Arabic? Oh no, I'm not familiar with whatever alphabet has been placed into the chat. Carrot, sounds like you maybe didn't have the home of your dreams previously. Oh, Mr. Jorfer said it's Georgian. Ghoulie, does that make sense to you? Can you read that? Alright, Nancy, what do you got for us here? The LA kidnapper is speeding toward the outskirts of town in a red two-seater. Let's try and track down the LA kidnapper. Hopefully there aren't any kids in the car, because our approach might not be the best if that's the case. But we'll hope and pray for the best here. They say the LA kidnapper? We're making like cross-country mission here, huh? We've dealt with New York, Chicago, now LA. Yep. And we've got 1 continue, 3 turbos. Damn it. Why did he do that? That guy like slid into my lane. See if I can get up here. Get to the guy before time runs out. There we go. Seems like the cars are being dicks on purpose a little bit more than they were. These guys, the pedestrian cars, they seem to be trying to slide into my lane on the purple. Damn it. I have no turbos left here. And this guy is fast. This guy is quick. He ain't trying to give me nothing. And we got him about halfway here. If I can get one more hit before I lose my time, that'd be good. Ah! Come on. Alright, go. Go, 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 go. Alright, let's make up that That lost time there. Come on. His car's on fire, damn it. Alright, now. Get him. Get him. One more. One more. Yeah. Alright. Whew. Stage 4 cleared, guys. Oh, boy. Oh, Ghoulie, you speak the special Southern Georgian that only select Southerners and other familiar to the dialect understand. For the sake of everyone, Ghoulie will not be giving us an example tonight. Well, if you'd ever like to, the floor is yours. Mr. Jorfus says that what he had written here in Georgian was, "I was so close to get it right." I don't know what that's referencing, but I believe you. Alright, this is stage number 5 coming up here. What do you got, Nancy? The Eastern Bloc spy from Washington is fleeing toward the suburbs. Alright. The target vehicle is unknown. Oh boy. I wonder if there's still going to be an arrow pointing to it, or if we just have to like hit cars once we get up to where it says we're close. Guess we'll find out. So I guess that's Washington D.C. up on the horizon there. That. No good. No good. This is the... Oh, no! Not good! No good! No! No, 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 no! Oh, no! No, no, no! I shouldn't have done it. Damn it. It's gonna put an end to my field trip pretty damn quick, I think. No checkpoint, nothing. It's just bye-bye. Bye-bye, good try. That's it. I made it to stage 5. That was the last stage of the game. I was so close to get it right. Game over. There it is. Well, that's Chase HQ, guys. I think that we have played for well over an hour now. So I suppose it's time. Whoop. I suppose it's time to give my appraisal of this one. Let me put the review back up here. So let me we'll go ahead, Ghoulie. Give an example of Southern Georgian while I flip open to the Chase HQ review here from Sega Mania magazine, issue number 1, written by Tim Hugall. And I don't think that I want to hug all that he had to say here. My big beef with the Chase HQ review in Sega Mania magazine is going to be the fact that they didn't like the soundtrack to this game, which I thought was, I think I said pleasant. I think I used the word pleasant. That's how I would describe it. It just kind of blends in. It's not necessarily one of those memorable tunes that you're going to be walking around humming, but it supplements what's going on in the game pretty well. And I think that having it there, for me anyway, is a better experience, I would imagine, than just turning the music off and playing with only the sound. Playing with only the sound effects. Because the sound effects, you know, you've got the crunching into things when you run over the obstacles, and then the hitting cars, and then you've got the squealing of the tires, and then the siren that starts going off when you get near your quarry. To not have any music padding all that stuff out, especially the siren, I think that's a big mistake. So I'm going to say no, Sega Mania, to that part of your review. I strongly disagree. If you're asking for my opinion, keep the music on when you're playing Chase HQ. But as far as their overall message, saying that Chase HQ is one of those must-have games for the Master System, I would say yes. I would play this more. If I had this game as a kid, I would have enjoyed it. Nice, bright, vibrant color palette. Everything pops off the screen. Nothing feels drab or boring. And it does, it challenges you. But it does so in a way where you can feel yourself improving, obviously. When I started, I don't think I made it past the first stage. But here at the last run, we made it to stage 5, which is the final stage in the game. 5 stages in this one. So with a few more attempts, I don't know how many, I can't say for sure. Because it's one of those things, like many arcade games, where if you can really iron out your run through the earlier levels and make it to the final stage with all of your continues intact, and hopefully make it near the car you're chasing with as many turbos left as possible, then you're going to have a much better chance of winning. Obviously, that's like John Madden shit saying all that, but it's true. It's true. For games that were kind of crafted for the arcade, they are going to penalize you heavily if you fuck up early on. And with this one, it doesn't seem like there's any way. I could be wrong, but I don't see any way, and I didn't experience it like any way of gaining extra continues for doing well. Maybe you can. I'd have to look into that. Maybe Brian Koo would be able to answer that question. But, yeah. Oh, let me see here. Ghoulie has written us something in the secret Southern Georgian dialect. He says, howdy, y'all. I was over yonder with my kinfolk drinking a Coke when Granddaddy came on over to say we going to see them Friday Night Lights. Very simplistic. A very soft tone and gentle voice. Carrot says, the Southern comfort. And yes, Jorphus, like a gentleman language. Yeah. I know about over yonder. My great-grandparents used to say that. From Winchester, Ohio. Down in Adams County. Part of Ohio where there's like nothing except, well, I don't want to say nothing. Farms, very important. Farming is very important. But as far as, when people say that, they mean there's not much in the way of shopping centers and big box stores and that kind of thing. You have to drive like 45 minutes to get to the nearest Walmart which is unthinkable if you live in the burbs. You know, if you live in the suburbs, it's like there's probably a Walmart any direction you drive. If you go 5 or 10 minutes in any direction, you're likely to run into a Walmart. Same goes with Target and McDonald's, all that kind of shit. But anyway, yeah. Maybe next stream, Carrot should pull out some Pittsburgh slang. Oh. Pittsburgh, huh? A Steelers fan, eh? Maybe, if you're into football. Or the Pittsburgh Penguins. But that's Chase HQ. I enjoyed it. Very fun game. If you're looking for something to pick up for your Sega Master System, I'd give it a shot. I'd track it down. I consider this a must-have game for the Master System, just like Tim Hugall said. I hug all those words. So, hopefully you like what you've seen here. And if you hate it, if you've hated this live stream because this game looks like shit to you, you know, you're not gonna like them all. You might not like them all. But I hope that we've kept things entertaining and lively for you as we gave this game its proper time, as we will give every game in our Sega Mania series the proper time. At least 1 hour of play before I weigh in and make my final judgment. So we did Strider on episode 1. Chase HQ. Oh, your sister walked in, disturbing your stream watching. Well, she can join too, you know. Maybe your sister would like learning about Chase HQ on the Sega Master System. Mr. Jorfus just wrote something interesting. Said, I grab things from the store with the buggy. And Ghoulie agrees and says, yes, a buggy, not a shopping cart. And I would say, absolutely not. Definitely not a buggy. A buggy is like a little, you put like a baby in a buggy. That's what it makes me think of. A baby buggy. Or like a stupid little old car farting down the road, you know? Or a horse and buggy. You know, are you taking a horse-drawn carriage through the grocery store? Is that how you guys do things in Georgia? You don't have cart corrals, you have horse corrals. You what do you say? Hitch up your buggy to your horse and take it on through the local, I don't know what your shopping chains are down there. You have Kroger, Piggly Wiggly. Yeah, well, you put stroller. Yeah, you put a baby in a stroller too, but you also put babies in a buggy. Have you heard the old, what do you call it? Not nursery rhyme, the tongue twister. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. You know, that one? What are we going to do next time? I don't know if I should tell you. I'll put it to a vote. When we end these streams on Sega Mania, what do you think? Should we announce which game will be played next, or just leave it up for a surprise? I mean, you could find out if you wanted to. You can always go to the link in the description below and check out Sega Mania magazine online. You can read through and you could find out what is the third game that was ever reviewed in Sega Mania magazine. What comes after Chase HQ? You could go and find out right now, even if I don't tell you. Or I can tell you. I could give a small, not really a preview, but I don't know what's more fun. Some people like being completely surprised. Okay, Carrot says let it be a surprise. Carrot's sweeping in with his wrench with an authoritative declaration, let it be a surprise. And makes a good point. Let those folk inclined to do so go and find out for themselves. And if you would like to do that, then again, there is a link in the description below where you can go and read all 7 issues of the now defunct, late great Sega Mania magazine, and you could find out what comes after Chase HQ in issue 1. And that'll be the next game that we play here, as we are going through all of the games reviewed in Sega Mania, starting with Strider and ending with Road Rash 3. We know that. I've said that. The final game reviewed, the last game reviewed in issue 7, which is the last issue of the magazine, was Road Rash 3. So that's where the series will wind up. We'll eventually get there. All the stuff in between, you can find out if you want, or you can make it a surprise for yourself. And I think that's about it, guys. So thank you for the lively chat tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Even if you're here just lurking, that's fine too. If you watched after the fact, if you got anything to say, anything to add, let me know what you think. What'd you guys think of Chase HQ? Leave a comment below. If you're a Sega enthusiast and you know other Sega enthusiasts, let them know that we're going to be doing these Sega Mania streams, going through the entire Sega Mania magazine collection, reviewing every game that they reviewed in the order they reviewed them, which just so happens to go in year order of Sega releases. That's how the magazine worked. It was a really neat concept, a neat idea. But issue 1 basically covers all games that were released in like 1989 and 1990. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next little bit here. If you'd like to follow me when I'm not here on YouTube, you can do so on Twitter at SuperDivorce. And, oh yeah, even though it doesn't seem to mean anything, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, bong the gong for notifications, hit that little bell so maybe YouTube will sometimes let you know when I go live. I don't think anyone here in the chat tonight got a single notification. I don't think anyone got notified. They're all subbed. They have all bonged the gong for notifications. They all want to know when I go live, but YouTube, sometimes their notifications work and sometimes they don't. So if you want to give yourself a chance of being notified, then please go ahead and do that. I'd appreciate it, and help me on my my march, our march towards, what is it? What are we at now? What are we at now? Subscriber wise. Let me see this. What do we got? 15.7 thousand. On our march to 16K. Carrot says we take all comments here in Super Divorce Land, even nasty ones. Indeed. If you want to talk shit, go ahead. YouTube does this thing where you can see comments that they've held back. they hold back comments where they think people might be talking shit about you, or they say something nasty, something that is mean about the content creator. And I approve them all. I just let them all right through. If I could, I would totally get rid of that feature, and I'd be like, come on, whatever you got, go ahead and throw it down. And so you don't have to come in here and agree with everything, or agree with all my points of view, especially on games. I said this game was fun. You could walk in here and be like, this game looks like a piece of fucking shit, and I would never play it. And you are a fucking idiot for thinking this game is good. And I would say, okay. Alright. So maybe next stream we'll get into some more Georgia talk. Maybe Jorfus will tell some more jokes. Some more classic jokes for these classic Sega streams. Well, you know, banter is one of the greatest things to engage in as a human being, I think. I've talked about that before. People want banter to go away. Within fandoms, you know, within hobbies. Fuck those people. People want banter to go away? You guys, what's your problem? You guys are the real toxic fans out there who can't take a joke, who want everyone to agree about everything and say, well, if you... It's like, what the fuck? You guys weren't there. Most of these people spouting their bullshit, they weren't there on the playgrounds. They don't know how much fun it was to pick a side in the battle of Nintendo versus Sega and then talk shit amongst your friends. Or, you know, I always go back to, it's Nintendo, Sega, WCW, WWF, in wrestling, or sports teams. Like, how fucking boring do these people want life to be? Why can't you just be okay with people enjoying things that are different than you? I can! It's fine. They're perfectly... Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with them enjoying what they enjoy, but I'm also fine with me talking a little shit about it. Or them talking shit about the things I like. That opens up a little discussion. And even if it's complete nonsense, like... Whoa, you got Marvel fan over here, you got a DC guy over here. Who would win in a fight? Sentry or Superman? Or, you know, Superman versus Goku. When you're talking about like comics versus manga, there's no definitive answer, and no one's going to be like scientifically correct, but they're fun discussions to have. So, take your kumbaya bullshit and go fuck yourself. That's what I say. That's the old super divorce stance. That's what you're going to get from me on that particular topic. On the topic of people disagreeing, and when it comes to people throwing out hot takes on various forms of entertainment and media and whatnot, you know. That's part of the fun. If you can't handle that, man, you need to go back to the pull-ups. Go back to potty training. Come back when you're able to handle your shit. If only. If only, Carrot. But all that being said, you know, I think that another component to what's being said here with this discussion of banter, a little shit talking, a little good-natured ribbing, is the ability at the end of it to say, all right, good one, good talk, good bullshit session there. Let's do it again sometime. You can't let yourself get too butthurt. And that's the problem, is people have a tough time doing that. Not getting so butthurt. So I'd like to keep it a butthurt-free zone here on the Super Divorce YouTube channel. Maybe I'll get butthurt when I'm playing games. I can't promise you that it'll always be a butthurt-free zone when I'm in the midst of an intense gaming session. I might get a little butthurt then. I'll try my best to keep it to a minimum, but when it comes to comments and the bants, butthurt-free zone. Okay. Next time, another game. You want to check it out? Sub to the channel. Notifications. Maybe you'll get one. We hope to see you very soon. Take real good care. Keep kicking ass. Love you lots. Lord willing, I'll be back very soon with another video for you to watch. And bye-bye.